Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing a review of Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, the animated film. I don't have the box on me because I didn't buy it. My friend bought it and I watched it with him. Actually like 2 weeks ago, so I'm a little late on this review. I just keep on forgetting about it, but yeah, Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, the animated film is based off the comics with the same name, Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, blah, 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 blah. The comic was written by Jeff Loeb and art done by Ed McGuinness, and you find that the movie's art is actually very similar to Ed McGuinness' art. And let's just get into the actual review itself about the movie. And I'm not sure how to address this, but the story itself. The story is very, 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 very similar to that of the comic, with only a few things changed here and there. Actually, this is very fairly accurate. Kind of like how DC New Frontier or Justice League New Frontier is similar to the DC New Frontier. Only a few things were changed here and there. With this, it's the same thing. It's not like with Superman Doomsday where a lot was changed. Just few minor stuff, mostly in the beginning of the film, are different from the comic. Now, I could have gone either way with this. I really didn't care if they changed anything or not. I just wanted a film. But if you're a stickler for accuracy, this is a pretty accurate film to the actual comic. So I guess that's a good thing. The story itself, I mean, is basically Superman. He's now public enemy #1. Batman's helping him out. The same deal with the comic. The asteroid is coming down, Lex Luthor is going crazy, and everyone's after Superman and Batman. So that's the basic story. Again, similar to the comic. If you read the comic, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I actually recommend going out and getting the comic. It's a good comic. So, anyways, so the story is pretty solid. On to art. The actual animation is very nice. It's a little less cartoony, and this is kind of funny saying that because it's fucking cartoon animation, but it's a little less cartoony than what Ed McGuinness' actual art is. This looks a little bit more realistic-ish, but still having the Ed McGuinness-like tone to it. But the art is very nice. I think Superman was animated the best. He looked really good in this film. Not to say Batman or any of the other characters weren't, but Superman was animated really nicely. And everyone was ridiculously jacked. But then again, it was Ed McGuinness' art. I found that they were very good at bringing in a lot of the characters that were included in the comics. For example, Starfire, Power Girl, Black Lightning, let's see, Solomon Grundy, Gorilla Grodd, all those different characters. A lot of them were brought in, but I found that they didn't have Superboy or Robin or Huntress or Nightwing in there. Which actually, I didn't notice until the end, but I really wish they were in there. It would have been cool. Although they didn't fit well into this, they probably wouldn't have fit well into the animated story the way that they did the story itself. But the animation is nice. I enjoyed the animation. On to action. Action is definitely the high point in this. I think this is the biggest attractor because it's a constant, non-stop action. It's fun action. The fight scenes are great. The Captain Marvel, Hawkman fight scene is great. Obviously taken from the comic, very similar, but it's still fun fight scenes. When all the supervillains go up against them. Surprisingly, there's a lot of supervillains in there that wasn't in there before, like Mr. Freeze and Bane, and poor Bane, the man that broke the bat. And in this animated film, he lasted less than 2 seconds. But the fight scenes were very nice. Very nice fight scenes. So that's definitely something you can expect as good action. Voice acting wise, they brought back the guy that did Superman in Justice League to do Superman. They brought back Kevin Conroy to do Batman's voice. They also brought back the woman that did Amanda Waller and Lex Luthor in Justice League and in the Superman show to do the voices of their respective characters. So that was good. I was very happy they brought back the woman to do Amanda Waller because she had some of the best voice acting all of Justice League, next to Kevin Conroy. But the voice acting is good. The dialogue is okay. Nothing spectacular. but it feels comfortable. It won't make you jump out of your seat going, "This is fantastic dialogue," but you'll be like, "Okay, this feels a little natural." It feels very much like an in comic, in continuity, even though it's not in continuity. It feels like, you know, how can I say this? Where a lot of the DC animated films, and I know I'm starting off voice acting, I'm just going into something else, but where a lot of the DC animated films feel like, you know, they're set in their own universe. They're very opening and inviting to to people that aren't comic book fans. This one is very much geared to comic book fans. I was sitting down with my friend Jay, who watched it with me, and although he enjoys comic books, the most exposure he had to comic books were the TV shows. And I had to pause every 5 minutes to kind of explain to him who this person was, who that person was, and what's happening, and I think this movie is definitely geared towards the comic book fans, because this feels like a lot of the stuff is, well, obviously, a lot of the stuff is taken from the comic books, but it feels almost like it's in continuity. It's not, but it feels like it is. That's the thing, the feeling. But it's definitely a good film. Definitely a good film. It's definitely in between, in the middle, in my opinion, with all the DC films that have come out. I like the action. I like the voice acting. I thought the story was pretty good. The only thing about this is it just didn't have anything to make it stand out. It was so accurate to the comics that there wasn't anything that made me say, "Wow." There was no plot twist. There was nothing different to make it stand out. I guess that could be a good thing or a bad thing, but for me personally, I would have liked to see something a little bit different. I mean, in comparison, in my opinion, like I said, this is somewhere in the middle. I have not watched Superman Doomsday completely, so I don't know, but that would probably be at the bottom of the list. And then Gotham Knight would have come next, and then the Green Lantern film. Actually, no, Green Lantern film, then Gotham Knight, then Public Enemies, then New Frontier, and then Wonder Woman, because those were excellent movies. But this is definitely somewhere in the middle. Is it a buy? No. I would rent this, or have your friend buy it. But Public Enemies is still fun, it's enjoyable. I'd just say it's not worth the money. So with that said, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.